Hey everybody, it's Amanda, and I had a question asked on my page today, and I thought I would just jump on here and do a short little live demonstration and help you guys with mixing your paint to create skin tones, skin colors for your painting. So I also went to Michael's today and I got some new gadgets and stuff, and I'm going to show you some of those things that I got. So first of all, if you saw me the other day when I was working on making this little birdie, I got some real clay. I got some white and some terracotta, and I got some of the proper tools that you're supposed to use for that. So I'm excited about trying this out and working on that sometime soon. But I also got a new, let me get this and show it to you. This little tray here that I can use for my paint, and my glass palette fits perfectly in there. It has the, the airtight lid that goes on there, so it can be used for oils or for acrylics, and so I got one for my acrylics. And I also got some new brushes and canvases and some paints. And what else did I get? That may be it, which that was enough. But anyway, someone was asking today, I had shown that I was working on this painting, and she was talking about having trouble with mixing colors for skin, which skin colors are, there's a huge variety in colors that you could use for someone's skin. So I'm just going to show you a couple of examples of things that I have done recently and share with you how I mix the paint to make the colors that I've used. So I've done a wide range of girl paintings, from really dark skin to really light skin, dark hair, light hair. I just did one with green eyes. I did one the other day with brown eyes. So I try to mix it up. Someone else was saying recently that when they try to paint girls like faces, that they always look different. And I purposely try to make mine look different. I don't want everyone to look exactly the same. So I try, most of the time the lips that I paint look a little bit similar every time. But I'm going to turn my camera around, so give me just a second. You're gonna see my ceiling for just a minute. Okay, so now we're looking at my table here, and these are a couple of examples of different skin colors that I've done recently. So this one, I just have been working on it since last night. Also, you guys, I'm really excited about this because instead of using the little, graphics, I can't think of words, the little graphics that I've collaged on most of my paintings for my butterflies and moths, I actually painted these. I'm still working on them. This one's not completely finished, but I'm really excited about those. So instead of it being collaged on like this, I'm learning how to paint them on myself, and that way I know that I can get all my colors in there that I want to use. And anyway, that's just a side note. Okay, so for skin colors, just these two, for example, I'm going to try to leave it so you can still see them and see my paper at the same time. And my husband's outside on the lawnmower, so you may hear noise from that. I don't know. This one is a lighter color. It's just a completely different skin tone than this one. But most of the time, this is the combination that I use, and it's going to be titanium white, burnt umber, burnt sienna, and either yellow ochre or Indian yellow. So This one here has a lot more of a pink undertone. This one has more of almost a gray undertone. So let me see if I can move this up so that you can see my table. I'm going to move my paint palette over this way. And let me just show you. So I would use a little bit of white. If you can see right here on my palette, that's where I was mixing earlier today. The burnt umber is just a really dark brown. The burnt sienna is how I get this pinky color. And then if you add in a little bit of the yellow ochre, that helps to balance the pink. You don't want it to be too pink. All right, let's find a brush. Okay, so this is the burnt umber. I'm gonna bring it back down a little bit. And it's just a dark brown. When you mix just some white with the burnt umber, it's really flat. There's not a lot of life to it. So I tend to just kind of play with it, go back and forth. That is the burnt umber with some white and some burnt sienna. And then watch when we add a little bit of that yellow in there. It just gives it a completely different tone. So I'm going to wash my brush again and show you when you're using just some white and burnt sienna. It's going to give you a pinkish undertone. And then the yellow ochre and white, it's just a light yellow. But what is going to give you the best result here is a mixture of all of these things in this face. So, or in any face, it doesn't have to be like this one. And then of course, you've got to have your value of lights and darks too, because that's one of the things that's going to help you to get the look that you're trying to get with that depth. And so just for example, in this face here, we've got some of the yellow, we've got some of this burnt umber and white. The cheeks have some of this burnt sienna. Can really make a pretty pink with burnt sienna. It's more of a natural earthy pink. And if you mix, there are just a million different values that you could come up with as far as darks and lights using these colors. It can be really dark brown, or it can be, you know, a little bit on the yellowy side, a little bit on the pinky side. But those are my key colors, the ones that I use the most when I am painting faces. And this one, for example, that I've been working on is more in this range up here. Doesn't have as much of the yellow in the undertones. So I hope that was helpful. And like I said, the value has a lot to do with it also. But just making sure you get your lights and your darks in there in the places where they need to be, and just go back and forth and play with different combinations of those colors. But the colors I used were titanium white, burnt sienna, burnt umber, and yellow ochre. So I hope that was helpful. And you guys, if you haven't already signed up for my free workshop, it is going to begin on the 14th, and we're going to be doing work with value, with color, with composition, with finding your own style, and it's completely free. It's going to be a 4-day workshop, and if you haven't already signed up, you can go over to artbyamandahilburn.com. Look there on the main page, and there'll be a button for you to sign up and do that if you would like to. But also, when you are looking at this, can you tell they're already drying darker? So keep that in mind too. When you're using acrylic paint, it's going to dry just a little bit darker than it was when you first put it down. So normally I put in some darker colors, and then I layer on some lighter colors, and then as it dries you can tell how much lighter you really need it to be. But anyway, there's some skin tones for you. And let's see, Sharon said she was mixing up colors for her face this week. I hope this was helpful to you. And there goes somebody in a really loud truck. So anyway, lawnmowers and loud trucks, and I don't know what else is going on around me. But I hope you guys have a great weekend, and be sure to go over and sign up for the free workshop. I'll put a link in after the video is finished here, and you can go check the comments below and find that link if you don't see it already. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.